silver. And I know I've already talked about it, but many people, I've seen many videos go up about silver. Yes, silver is going up. It's up over $100. I don't know right now. I didn't look it up. But yes.
I found a stack of records in my attic today. An Elvis picture disc and Kenny's big old hay. Put them up on eBay for the day was done. Watch the bids roll in till the morning sun.
Welcome everyone to the video. Welcome to the channel. This is gonna be the Tuesday What Sold video, obviously coming out later than normal. Please like the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below. I had a not a rough day at the hospital, but it was an early day at the hospital. So that was kind of not cool. Well, I mean, they that's when they needed me, so I was like, all right, well. But I was off early. I was off at 2:30, so that was good. But I was tired. I was so tired. I fell asleep, and and then this morning I had some things to do, so I'm rearranging my garage a little bit, make it more, not necessarily, maybe it's already pretty efficient, but make it more, clean it up a bit. I'm going to be adding a craft paper roller. I'm going to get it on the roll now, just because the box, I typically get a dispenser box. It's a box that you can just pull paper out of. And I get it from Uline, and Uline's about the closest warehouse, like 6 hours away, but their shipping rates are going up, and I was like, man, I mean, shipping's going up everywhere, right? So it's going to be more expensive. I'm like, I should just get a roll, but I need to get a roll thing, the roll dispenser cutter thing. So I have behind this monitor that I'm kind of stare at sometimes, because the camera's right there where I'd still be staring, but I usually stare at the monitor. But behind all that is a couple of workbenches, my servers over there, but they have wooden tops on them, and it was really just a bunch of just computer components I've had laying around, and so I just cleaned it up. I spent that time cleaning it up, sifting. Also, what's hanging over there is kind of pointing in those directions, because that's now where all the clothing is hanging. It's not that much clothes. I don't do that much clothes. But I got clothes hanging over there and clothes hanging over there now, as opposed to, I had it in 3 areas, but I just consolidated it. That's all I did. So now clothes is over there. And the middle part is now cleared out. It's just 2 workbenches, the servers over there. And that's kind of the shipping area over there on that side. There's a table immediately behind this computer, and that table is next to that is where all my boxes are, and paper and poly bags, and the table and the weigh machine over here. And then I have a Microsoft Surface tablet that I use to operate and get my labels, download labels and print them out. I print the label machines over there, so just a quick, efficient. So the garage, the goal with the garage is, and was and is, incoming and outgoing. Everything should go up to our extra room. It doesn't. I started putting stuff down here. And that's just because that's laziness is what it is. I have extra space down here, so I'm like, I might as well just start stacking stuff down here, and then all of a sudden things become cluttered, and it's like, so I've come to the realization and accepting the fact that it's going to be cluttered down here. There's no way around it. Clutter will build up. You can try to stay on top of it, but it will build up, like death pile stuff. That's what it is, mostly. So I accept it for what it is, and I'll work on it. I'm not going to stress over a death pile anymore. Not that I ever really did, but I would recommend don't stress over a death pile. It's going to happen. Things are going to build up. Life is going to get in the way. You're going to have a pile of stuff that needs to get listed. Don't worry about it. It happens to everybody, and you're going to get on top of it, and you're going to be on top of it for, let's say, New Year's resolution, on top of it. You're going to knock it down, and you're like, I'm never going to have a death pile again. Let me tell you, another one will form, and it's It's gonna happen. There's no way around it. So don't beat it. Just keep working on it. That's it. Just keep working on it. It's gonna be there. It's gonna, you can't avoid it. I have some Lefroy in my new. I don't know if this video came out yet, where I picked up this Heaven's Door, Glencairn glass, but Heaven's Door is the whiskey by Bob Dylan. Well, yeah, he's he's the face of the whiskey, is what it is. He doesn't make it himself. He's the face of the whiskey, and it's a really good whiskey, Heaven's Door. And I found this glass. I'm like, oh, perfect, going to my collection. Originally thought it was Glencairn glass. Another one that I'm going to add to. I have 3 Glencairns right now, and I'd like to make it a set of 4. But then I saw it said Heaven's Door on it, so nope, I'm keeping that one. So, and what are we drinking? We're having a little bit of Lefroy today. Lefroy is a Scotch whiskey from Islay, from the islands. And it was just Burns night. I posted on Instagram. Burns, I forget the first name, but last name Burns is the national poet of Scotland. And they have a little holiday on the 25th of January. Time to get together and hang out and enjoy a drink. The dish that is traditionally served is called haggis, which is a bunch of weird meat. Let's just say weird meat, right? I was born here in California, so beef, chicken. If it's not beef, chicken, lamb, or even fish, it's gonna be weird. And then weird parts too, as well. And everything's stuffed inside the stomach of another animal. I forget. I think it's lamb. I think. And then it's cooked and eaten. And oh god, no, that ain't happening. It's probably good. I don't know, but stuffed inside another. No, ain't happening. I'll tell you that right now. Not for me, at least. I remember I used to think lengua, which is cow tongue, it's like not good. I'm not eating that because it's tongue. It's actually pretty good. I've had tacos de lengua or tacos de cabeza, which is the head meat, the meat from the head of whatever animal, right? Except it was mostly beef. I don't really like goat. I don't like the texture of goat. I don't know. It's something about the texture of goat. I just don't like it. I don't like duck. Because the only time I only had duck once, I should say, and it tasted like duck. Like when you're down at the pond and you smell duck, it tasted like that, and I was like, I'm never having that again. So, but we're having some Lefroy. We're way off topic there. And first thing, and this might be put a lot of Islay whiskeys, Scotch whiskey. That are heavily peated, like Islay's. They have a very distinct smell on nose. First and foremost, it smells like a rubber tire. Let's not beat around the bush here. It smells like a rubber tire. I understand that. But then once you take it down, it's like, yes, you still get that little bit of that. It's more of what we call it's more medicinal, is what it is. There's something to peated whiskeys for me that for some bizarre, and it's probably because when I was young, I was a sickly little kid. I had asthma, bad asthma when I was little, and knock on wood that I'm good now. I mean, I still have asthma, but knock on wood that I'm good. But I spent a lot of time in hospitals, and I think that's what really the flavor, the smell, are what really is why I like this and why it reminds me of my childhood. I wasn't drinking Scotch whiskey when I was a child, but this reminds me of that, and I think that's why. There is still that sweetness in there that Scotch whiskey has. The smokiness, I mean, it's good. I like Islands. Not everybody. It's an acquired taste, especially heavily peated. It's like Lefroy. What's the other? Octomore is a big. I think Octomore is probably the most. I think it's considered the most peated whiskey. I think It's very expensive too. I think it's like $300 a bottle, $400 a bottle. It's really expensive for Octomore. Um, but yeah, I like Islas. All right. Either way, I'm gonna try to make this quick just because I want to get this out quickly edited and uploaded. As you can see, it's 3:46 my time, so I want to hurry up and get this up before at least 5 o'clock. Hopefully that happens. I don't think it will, but I'm gonna shoot for that. We're here some what souls. Really quickly, I wanted to talk about silver. And I know I've already talked about it, but many people, I've seen many videos go up about silver. Yes, silver is going up. It's up over $100. I think, I don't know right now. I didn't look it up. But yes, and you should be looking out for silver right now. You should be looking out to sell silver. Find it, sell it. Find it, sell. My advice: find it, sell it. If you find it, sell it right now. It's high right now. What is driving that price? And I've already talked about this before in a previous video, but I just want to reiterate because a lot of people are coming on here and saying, I've been telling everybody that, silver's going to go to $100. You need to be buying silver. I've told them, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, and now they're all coming out as a little work saying, look, I told you so. Well, it's not, silver didn't go up because of a fundamental, because of, what drives gold up did not drive silver up. So it's not people that are hedging their bets. So typically, if you view that, or where you would park some of your wealth is in gold to, you hedge against the dollar or, whatever currency you're hedging against. And gold, is a asset that is protected and it goes up over time. And it will go up over time. It's, it really, more, it shouldn't go down. Trust me. If it does go down, it might go down for a little bit, but it will continue to go back up. Governments have gold in storage. Most governments, I should say, have gold in storage. But silver isn't something that people use as a hedge. It can be used as a hedge. But traditionally, silver, or what drives the price, what is driving the price of silver up right now is the industrial use of silver. Silver is mostly mined. I said this in a comment on someone's channel. Silver is pretty much, we get silver, the majority of the silver, as a byproduct of mining other products. The actual, just dedicated mining for silver is not that much. Not compared to, long time ago, back in the old West days, those old silver mines out in Nevada, California, when someone was striking rich and hit a silver mine. That's not today. But silver has an incredible important use in industry. And right now, what's really driving it is all these AI companies. They're wanting to build. And when in tech, you need silver. Well, yeah, there's other industrial uses for silver, but it's incredibly useful in technology. And so I've already explained all that in a previous video, but I just wanted to reiterate that here because there's a lot of people coming out there saying, I told you so. But yes, it did go up. Yes, it's $100. It was $100. I don't know if it's right now, but it was $100 an ounce. But it wasn't because of what they think what they believe drove it to that $100 isn't true. What drove it up there was the sudden investment and also borrowing, which could be a problem. Borrowing of money to start building out more data centers, to start building out, more server farms to train AI. That is what's driving it right now. It's not that all of a sudden investors are like, you know what? We need to start parking our money in silver. It's not happening. It happened, but that's not the reason. That's not the reason that's driving the price right now. It's not that all of a sudden there's all kinds of silver jewelry buyers. No, that's not going to drive the price of silver up. So the price of silver will naturally go up over time. It will naturally happen, and I'll tell you, it'll probably, it's probably going to go back down once the demand is decreased. I'll tell you what, people aren't going to go start opening up silver mines all of a sudden because the sudden spike in price. There's a lot of investment in that, a lot of cost that has to go into that, and they know that silver is it's in high demand right now. It's probably going to go back down, but as of right now, is a great time if you have had silver, sell it, sell it, sell it now. Get rid of it if you want to get your money out of it. If you do want to get your money out of it. Will it ever get back to $100? I mean, I think it will go back down. And then, when it does go back down, will it go back up again? Naturally over time. Gold will eventually hit $10,000 an ounce. And, in about 3 or 4 decades, when it does, I'm going to come back on here and I'm going to say, I told you so. But gold, that's me saying that is, what's the word? What's the right word? I mean, because it is going to go up. It's just it's not a matter of when is it going to hit that. No, it's not a matter of if it's going to hit $10,000 an ounce. It's more of a matter of when it will hit $10,000 an ounce. So, I don't do, silly predictions like that. It's silly, in my opinion. That's not, that's it. Of course, it's going to go up $10,000 an ounce eventually. Just like people right now, a lot of clothing resellers, they're like, oh, I knew that, that 2000s trend was going to come back around. Well, yeah, about every 20 years, the trends come back. It's just a natural cycle of things. It naturally happens. It's not, I could say eventually, I'm not really a trendy person. What was it? Tight jeans will eventually come back to style. And I'll say they'll eventually come back. They're going to come back. You wait and see. They're going to come back in style. And then if they come back in 5 years, they come back in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, I'll come on here and I'll say, remember, I told you that style was coming back. But, it's such a like a vague prediction that at any point in time when they come back, I can come back here and say, I told you so. I got silver on right now, actually. This is my silver necklace. This is actually not a silver necklace, but these are really cool little, let's see, I have this on this is just like a little hook thing, but it's a Buddhist Om is what it is. It's really cool. Let's see it there. Really cool chain. Whoa, there goes my camera. My camera just got all weird. It's looking for my face is what it's doing, and didn't see it there. This one here is kind of cool too. This is not, like I said, this isn't silver. These are glass pendants here, and they're just aliens. One of them is just a little alien with a peace sign, but the other one is that's from look at my camera get all weird. But the other one is the alien from Mars Attacks, one of my favorite movies. All right. Oh man, let's do the what sold. Okay, so here's the what sold. I always try to catch myself because I noticed a couple of times right now as I was doing the first part of this video that, I'll start sale never happened. I mean, I shouldn't say it never. You never know. You just never know. But, and again, don't ever just take my, I'm going to put this on mute here. Don't really take my word for it. Go out there, look at everybody else, look at every other opinion out there, formulate your own opinion. Don't just take my word for it. And I'll tell you what, don't take reseller advice on, where you should park your money. Should you park it in silver, gold, whatever? Look for actual experts in this area. I'm just telling you my opinion, and that is it. It's my opinion, what I've seen over the years. Just based on, and not only that, you can go look this stuff up. You can go look up, silver and what it's used for. Go look it up. Google it. AI it. Whatever you want to do. All right. Really cool. This is a letter opener. So a lot of old tech things, old things, are still, people still buy them. People still look out for them. This was a lucite handle, and it was really cool because it actually has gold fleck in it. I do believe it's real gold. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure it looks like gold flake. It's not that much gold. But really cool. Has some really cool rock, stone, cool semi-precious stones in there. It was personalized. So it actually has somebody's name inside of it. So I wasn't going to be able to take that out. But it was a really cool one. I picked it up and it sold for $14.91. $6.22 what they paid in shipping, and a standard padded poly bag is what it went into. A lot of old tech stuff, and a lot of old, stuff before smartphones and all that have taken over the world. People still look out for these things. People still, I have some DVDs here. This is one of my favorite movies growing up, and I think oh, what the heck? Why did the camera is just like acting all weird. It never used to do that. Like get all crazy looking for something in my face. But one of my favorite movies growing up when I was a kid, Mannequin. People still look out for those things. People still look out for DVDs, VHS, cassette players, or cassettes. So don't just pass this stuff up. It does really well. Make sure it's cool, it's unique, it's well made, well crafted. Obviously, if this wasn't personalized, it would have been a lot better. But it is a cool piece and a really cool item. And this has some gold in it. Where are we going here? Where are we going? Okay, this was, I found this over at Savers. I didn't initially know what it was until I looked at the bottom, but I picked it up and it had some weight to it. And I was like, what is this? And I looked at the bottom and it said Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on the bottom. I was like, oh, unfortunately, it didn't have, it was missing the regular tag that had all the information on it, to tell me that it was a lightsaber hilt display stand. So I had to Google image it, and that's what told me it was a display stand. And I picked it up at Savers and sold it. It actually has a little pull. It didn't have all the pieces to it. There was this part right here actually pulls out, and it has additional pieces to it to help display your item. But it's still sold for $22.76. $11 that they paid in shipping, and this actually did put in a standard padded poly bag. I wrapped him in bubble mailers. I wrapped him in bubble wrap before I actually did that. So really, really cool piece. Keep your eye out. It's very, very heavyweight item as well too. So it was very, very sturdy. But I wrapped it in enough bubble wrap to make sure it would survive the trip. Now, this is a Nike golfing belt, or just a Nike belt, but definitely something to keep your eye out for. This one wasn't in the best shape. There was a lot of peeling back here of the actual leather. So it wasn't in the best shape. It would have sold for more. Would have sold closer to $40 if it was in good shape. But this one sold for $20 even, $7.80 is what they paid in shipping. Standard padded poly bag is what it went into. So definitely look out for, Nike belts. Obviously the signage on it, or to tell you that it's Nike, is very, very small. So, definitely keep your eye out for belts. Look out for, I just sold a belt. It was a golfing belt brand, but it was like a clicker belt. Those clicking ones where you click, 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 click. I sold over those not too long ago as well too for $30. So belts do really well. You just got to find the right belt and the right belt brands. And obviously I'm going to try to feature them every time. Every time I see something cool, unique, something you should be on the lookout for. And then, I show you the thrifting videos, what I'm actually picking up, and I show you what actually sold so you can help, to help you keep your eye out for these items. So really, really cool belt. Keep your eye out. Halloween is still selling. Halloween and Christmas are still selling. And not at the same velocity, but these items are still, look out for these items that will sell year round. Look out for the brands. Like this is a Limax piece that will sell year round. Really, really cool. Just some little ghosts, a little string line of ghosts. $16.46, standard padded poly bag. $6.24 is what they paid in shipping. So definitely keep your eye out for Limax. Limax does incredibly well year round. I know people that set up that have Halloween displays just because they love Halloween. They have it year round. They have enough room in their house to keep it up year round. There are people that do Christmas year round. So, although the holidays, we have Valentine's Day coming up pretty soon. Probably already too late to list items for that because that's coming up in a couple of weeks now. St. Patrick's Day, I don't know. I don't think St. Patrick's Day is like that kind of a holiday that'll drive a lot of sales, but People do look out for St. Patrick's Day stuff, so keep your eye out and get it listed. I think that's the major one to look out for is 4th of July, especially with it being the 250th year. So definitely keep your eye out for 4th of July stuff, patriotic stuff, and get it up and listed. Philo facts. It's been a while since I've talked about this, and I posted a video of a bunch of planners I got, but I found a bunch of Philo facts, which is unusual that I found it at such high concentration. Usually I find it one here or there. This was a really incredible find. This isn't one of the more higher end ones, but this one still sold for $49.47. As you can see, really, really cool. This isn't one of the, this is a faux leather. So it's not one of the leather ones do incredibly well. I've already sold several of them for well over $100, 150, 175. And so they should, the leather ones that I found should sell for between $150 to $200. So those are doing really well. And even these lower end ones are still doing incredibly well. It's a great name to look out for. So keep your eye out for Philo fact. Like I said, this is old stuff, the old plan. We have calendars, everything on our phones. We have alarm clocks, everything. But no, people still buy this stuff. People still look out for planners. I sell planners all the time. They sell all the time. Philo facts just happens to be one of those names that is above average and will sell for a good amount of money. Where are we at? I was going to do 6 today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 6. We'll do one more. Do one more, and that is a really cool wall clock. Again, I sell wall clocks all the time. They do incredibly well. You want to look for cool, unique, interesting ones. Like this one here, a mustache one. Keeker Land. I mean, I don't necessarily think the brand really what's got it sold, but it's the cool look of the overall clock right here. So this is a large padded poly bag. Oh, by the way, the Philo facts also went into a standard padded poly bag. This went into a large padded poly bag. So really, really cool. It's all plastic. All the metal, the brown part around it is metal, but the actual, this is not glass, it's plastic. Nonetheless, even if it was glass, I would have still sent it in a large padded poly bag. You just got to wrap it up in bubble wrap. That wrapped it up 6 times in bubble wrap and then sent it on its way. If you might be thinking, wow, you spent so much money on bubble wrap. Well, I buy it in huge quantities. And not only that, I got a good price for it. I'm not buying it at Walmart. I'm not buying it at Target, Office Max, or wherever you shop. I'm not buying it there. If you buy it there, it's going to be expensive. And I wouldn't be using it on this like that. I wouldn't be using 6 wraps. I'd probably be putting this in a box. But because I can get bubble wrap so cheap, that's why I wrap it very, very well and securely in bubble wrap to send it on its way. So really, really cool. Look out for the cool, unique ones. They got to still be well made, though. Don't think that you can get cheap ones. They still have to be well made. This is a very well made clock. It's still a battery operated one, though. But just a cool, unique looking clock. So really cool. Again, lots of older tech, older stuff that, you would think, why would people even need that? We have smartwatches. We have smartphones. We have Amazon. We have Alexa. We have Amazon devices all throughout our house. Or we have smart houses. What do we need all this, wall clocks for? People still look out for it. People still buy it. I feel, at least from what I'm seeing around social media, that, people are looking at those lower, not so connected to the internet type of items now, or at least getting that, there was a phone that really, really blew up. It looks like an old school, phone, even older than like the 80s phones. But yet it connects to your cell through Bluetooth. So you're able to answer it, dial and everything like an old school phone. It's a really, really cool, and it did incredibly well. So I think people are looking for that feeling of old school. That's the best way I could put it. That feeling of how things used to be in a modern world. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm going to get this video out there and uploaded for y'all. But thanks for watching.
Hey, you've made it to the end. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please like the video by hitting the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel by hitting my little round icon down below. It really does help us out here. Also, you'll find a couple of selections. You'll see a playlist of videos to watch and my most recent video that I did upload.